All right, welcome to part 2 of behind the scenes making the video. Just kind of looking at my editing process. This is an app called Splice, and all of these are my different templates. But the video that I'm working on here is on the top left with, in my family, we call this pause face when you capture someone in a weird expression. So that's a good pause face. So let's go ahead and load up. I had, if you want to watch part 1 of this video, I had done the intro. So this is all edited and good to go. That half-hour video yielded us 1 minute and 45 of screen time. So we've got from 1:45 to 8:49 to go. But this part of the video will go a little bit quicker because it's just editing the actual music video that I created. So I'm going to play it and kind of watch, and then let's see what kind of edits we're going to do here. All right. So this is a video with 9 different videos or tracks that are going on. So what I do in the beginning is I try to highlight each one, so at first everybody kind of takes a turn playing a little bit. So what I do is I'm going to copy this whole section so that I can cut it up and have everything be blurred except for the video that is playing. So I think right about there is when the last video goes. So we're going to split this section and duplicate it. If I can find where that is. You'd think by now I'd be better at doing this, but I'm not. All right, so we're going to sync this up now. Oops. With this, not quite. All right, so what I typically do, so there's 2 layers of video that are kind of simultaneously being done. So we're going to cut that part that overlaps, right? So that little fade, and then, oh yeah, they're not zoomed correctly. So let's see here. Yeah, so there you could kind of see the 2 layers. So what we're going to do, let's blur the bottom layer. It's always fun to try to figure out where these things are because I don't use them super often. So what we're running into right now is that we can't really see it. So yeah, let's move this. So I want a blur that is fairly strong, but that you can still somewhat make out what's going on. So I think that's too much of a blur. So I'm thinking like something like that, right? That you can still kind of see, but is blurred enough. All right, perfect. So then we're going to take this one. So this is going to be then the clear version of all of those blurs. It looks like that's not centered. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to cut up this video that's on the top layer, and that's this one. So I think it's going to do a little, let me play this real quick. All right, so yeah, I went duk, duk, duk. And then so yeah, so maybe split it like right there. So then what we're going to do is we're going to use this mask feature, and we're going to pick out the video frame. Ooh. Video frame that we want to show. So that's going to be this guy here. And so it yields this. Everything else is blurred, and this one is, so I also like to enlarge it a little bit just to like further kind of bring attention to what's being shown, you know, if that makes any sense. All right, so you'll see it'll come clear when this part plays its little part. And then that's where that one ends, so we'll split that and do the same thing here. We're gonna mask that, cut this down. See, a lot of this video editing is just very repetitive, right? You do like the same thing but different a bunch of times. So we're gonna blow that one up a little bit. So I like to do this for a couple of reasons. That it shows, you know, not just visually kind of what you're hearing and where it is, but it also kind of shows what the different sounds are of the different instruments and different things. Because when they're all played together, you know, they kind of blend in and make it kind of a cohesive whole, ideally, you know, if I did my job correctly. So I like doing this little beginning in that it kind of helps people see what they're going to hear. I don't know how effective it is. I've only done this on a few videos, so comment in the comments if you've noticed this before. If you like it, if you think it works, you know, all that fun stuff, let me know. I appreciate any of that feedback. It's not a lot of work, but it's not no work either, you know. I don't know if it makes a difference, but that's so many things with, you know, this has been a bit of a journey for me figuring all this out. You know, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional. I'm a total amateur when it comes to these things. So I'm just kind of doing my best guess of what I think makes sense. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I need to see where the bass starts. It's too bad because I make a silly face on the vocal. Ooh, it's tight. Okay. All right, so it looks like it's right about there. That's too bad. Sometimes you'll come across things that are funny that you want to kind of bring some attention to, and you're going to probably see that throughout this video. You know, a lot of editing is just kind of like bringing attention to what you want to show. Sometimes I make the choice to not highlight something and just let the audience kind of pick what they want to watch. I don't know if anyone ever does this, but like I've seen different videos on social media that are like, watch a different frame each time. And so, you know, if people want to do that and kind of look at different aspects of what's being shown. Actually, now that I think about it, these are so blurred. I'm going to make these a little bit bigger. You know, because there's not really a lot to see outside of that. So, yeah, just go through and blow these up a little bit more so that people can really see what's happening, because, you know, they're going to want to see me in all my glory, right? That was a joke. It's a joke. This one, unfortunately, was hard to see. I was going with like some mood lighting, but I realized that you pretty much can't see anything that's happening. That's all right. All right, so that's going along pretty well so far, I think. All right, in the home stretch, we got what, 3 more to do here. So you guys know any good jokes? Got any good stories to tell? Because I don't, which makes for a really exciting video here, Nate. Really compelling stuff that you're doing. But, you know, that's kind of the nature of editing. It's, sometimes it's a bit boring, to be honest. You're just kind of doing the same thing. Uh-oh, another tight one. All right. Oh, well, these will be good enough. I don't think anyone cares all that much about this. Some of you hopefully are like, no, I care very deeply. Sure you do. I don't mean to doubt you. I'm sure you're telling the truth. I'm sure this is the most compelling and exciting stuff you've ever seen in your life. And if that's true, I'm very sorry for you. You need to get out more. Go live life. Go have some exciting things to talk about. This should not be the highlight of your life, I say, as it's what I'm spending my time doing. Yeah, but that's different. Sure it is. All right, let's see the finished product. This is the exciting part when you go back and watch it and see how it turned out. Let's see. Yep, there's that. Hey, look at that. What an effect, I tell you.
Is this thing on?
Wow. This is just Spielberg level shit right here, I tell you. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this video in the top left because this is where the drum kind of gets set. So again, I'm doing a bunch of goofy stuff here that you probably won't see because it'll kind of get deleted. Not deleted, but it won't be in frame. So I'm going to do like a 2-second zoom here. You've seen this effect before. So it starts with the start frame here and then the end frame. We want to zoom in on this guy. So this is always the challenging part, to match where you zoom to what you end up with. So I think we're gonna maybe frame it like that. What do you guys think? Frame it. I try to pick frames that I can like reproduce easily so that it's, so I'm looking at the border on the right, which is just at the other video. And then putting the bottom right down there. So that's pretty easy to reproduce because now this next chunk of video, I want to zoom in for that same little stretch. So let's, oh, the song already started. I need to just set, all right. So I just want to show when I'm making that beat. All right, so it's right about there. So we're gonna split that and then do another little zoom out thing. So that's 13.5 to, let's say, 15. I have noticed that shorter zooms make it a little bit easier because then you don't notice jumps in the video quite as bad. So now I got to frame this up as the other one was framed. Oops, I hate when it goes crooked like that. It's probably more user error than anything. Just kind of trying to zoom it in. Feel like it's close, but not quite. Sometimes this thing gets very temperamental, and I get very impatient. Yeah. So, dang it. It likes to like lock on to certain things, which in theory is really helpful. So I think that's about it. So let's watch the zoom, and does it stop smoothly? Yeah, it looks like it. So let's watch it. Zoom and stop. Hey, look at that. It's like I've done this a few times, huh? Okay, and then we need to create this little zoom out. So we're doing kind of the opposite. In frame, we want it to be that kind of full frame effect. And we start it. I wish there was a way to just like duplicate the, you know, like duplicate where it's zoomed in or whatever from the video right before this part. And maybe there is a way to do that, but I'm just not smart enough to know how to do it, which is a very likely case, to be honest. Let's see how that does. Yeah, see how there's that little like jump. But again, if it's a fast enough zoom, sometimes it doesn't matter. So let's see if that's the case or if it's bad and I have to redo it. A little jumpy, but I think it's all right, huh? Whatever. Close enough for my purposes.
When I was born.
So now the song is going to play, and I might just let this kind of go for a little while. I do realize that there are some borders on the right and left that maybe I can do kind of like a slow zoom, just to give some movement. But typically, like for the first verse or maybe the verse and chorus, I'll just kind of let it go. So let's watch and see how long it takes till our eye gets bored.
When I was born, looked at me and said, what a good boy, what a smart boy, what a strong boy. When you were born.
The only other thing I notice is that this first one doesn't have a lot of percussion, so it would kind of make sense to zoom in on just the guitar and vocal, but yeah, I don't know.
I looked at you and said, what a good girl, what a smart girl, what a pretty girl. We've got these chains hanging around our necks. People want to strangle us with them before we take our first breath. Afraid of change, afraid to stay the same when temptation calls. We just look away.
Alright, so let's see. Was at 3:02, and the last time anything moved was at, yeah, so that's like, what's that, like 45 seconds of nothing going on? 2:15 to 3:02, I think is what
This name.
Yeah, 45 seconds is okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to find where it switches from the verse to the chorus.
Say the same when temptation calls. We just look away.
So it's right there. So I'm going to split. Yeah, so 49 seconds of a still frame. You know, when it's this kind of zoomed out thing, I hope that people have enough to kind of look at on their own. Hopefully they're watching different tracks and kind of paying attention to what they want to pay attention to. But over this chorus part, I'm going to put a slow zoom. So find
Bear with me. Oh, that it is a crime. Just be with me tonight.
All right, so we're going to do a slow zoom. So I said there was a little bit of border. Right, we can kind of zoom in to about here. You can still see everything, but it just gets a little bit closer. So let's give this a little watch and see how that looks.
This name is the hair.
Almost imperceptible, right? Just that slow zoom. But if you watch the borders, you can see that it's going
Your
to come
brown hair. This song is the cross that I bear, bear it with.
All right, so so it's going to get a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Now we've got this verse. Sometimes what I like to do is just find parts that I want to highlight. See if anything funny or particularly interesting is happening in any of these. It doesn't look like it. Maybe it looks like I'm kind of jamming out on the guitar at some point up here. Right there. Oh yeah.
If they do, they'll soon forget, 'cause it won't take much from me to show my life ain't over yet.
Alright, so that was a little jam out. Let's find
If I pass on the plan, if I drop out, does anyone give a damn? If they...
Alright, so we can kind of zoom in, and maybe we do the vocals and the guitar, right? Something like that. Tell me where this midpoint is, right there. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how that looks.
Damn. If they do, they'll soon forget, 'cause it won't take much from me to show my life ain't over yet.
So I am going to mask this because I found the little things going on at the border to be distracting. That was not political. I don't mean like the political border, our country's border. Stupid. Okay. All right. Let's see. Right about there? No. I have a feeling sometimes. All right. Yeah. There's that nice. I think I cut out all those other things. So let's see how this looks.
If they do, they'll soon forget, 'cause it won't take much from me to show my life ain't over yet. I wake up scared, I wake up strange, I wake up wondering if anything in my life is ever gonna change.
I noticed the beginning of that. Now let's do. I thought my shaker performance was particularly noteworthy. Yes. If only there were an Academy Award for Best Shaker Performance, I think this would win it. Let's see. Look at this. Oh, look at that handsome devil. Alright, let's see. Maybe we frame it like that. Oh, I like what's happening.
Over yet. I wake up scared.
Half smile.
I wake up strange. I wake up wondering if anything in my life is ever gonna change.
Yeah.
I wake up scared. I wake up strange. And everything around me stays the same. This name is a hair shirt I wear. This hair shirt is woven from your brown hair.
I love this song. It's so pretty.
This song is a cross that I bear. Bear it with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Be with me tonight. I know that it isn't right. Be with me tonight.
Alright, so that's where that is. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a little. Sometimes I'll like cross zoom. Just start here and end here, kind of thing. So it kind of goes across the video.
Your brown hair. This song is a cross that I bear. Bear it with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Be with me tonight. I know that it isn't right. tell you that I was wrong. Chickened out, grabbed a pen and a paper, sat down and I wrote this song. I couldn't tell you that you were right, so instead I looked in the mirror, I watched TV, lied awake all night. We've got these chains hanging around our necks, people wanna strangle us with them before we take our first breath. Afraid of change, afraid of staying the same when temptation calls. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This.
All right, so I noticed that at the end of that, there's some stuff going on with the top left frame where I'm like switching the effects on that looped part. So I'm going to do a similar cross zoom, but this time from the bottom right up to the top.
We've got these chains hanging around our neck. I couldn't tell you that you were right, so instead I looked in the mirror, I watched TV, lied awake all night.
Like that. So 24-second zoom, start frame from down here. And then we'll end it around here. So let's see how that looks.
Here I watch TV, lied awake all night.
Go.
We've got these
Slow
chains
zoom across
hanging
it.
around our
Yep.
necks, people wanna strangle us with
Alright, yeah. See everybody
before
rocking
we
out.
take our first
Sing it.
breath. Afraid of change,
Yep.
afraid
Okay.
of staying the same when temptation calls.
Pedals. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you
This
hit all
name
three
is
of
a
those.
head, should I wait?
All right. Then we're probably gonna do another one of those slow zoom.
But I bear it with me, bear with me, bear with me. Be with me tonight. I know that it isn't right. Be with me tonight.
Yeah. Okay. A good place to start zooming in.
When I was born, looked at me and said, what a good boy, what a smart boy, what a strong boy. When you were born, they looked at you and said, what a good girl, what a smart girl, what a pretty girl, yeah.
Yep. So I think from there to the end, I'm just gonna do this kind of slow zoom in. Make sure everybody kind of stays. Everybody, all me. Make sure that I stay in frame and all the different ones. Maybe that's a little too much. Let's see. All right. Let's go. We don't need to watch it in real time. We can kind of fast forward, just making sure everybody stays. Yep, look good. All right. Okay, so yeah, that's the video is done now. Now I just need to play some of the music at the end and do the bloopers. For some reason, this got moved. This should be over that little screen at the end. All right, so what I'm looking for here is the end of the sound so that I can start up the instrumental of my theme song. Sounds like it's right about there. So we'll move that over and let's give it a listen. Oh, maybe. No, too much. I can move that. let's try that. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Da, 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 da. Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, so now what I like to do is let's put that little transition filter on and place when these text pieces appear. Oops, that doesn't look right, does it? That? No. What's going on here? My goodness. Come on, amateur hour. Alright, and then we'll do that little piece and get those to disappear at the right time. Alright. Details, right? Okay, so then we're going to go grab this little loop of audio, put it there, and then duplicate it a bunch to where it'll basically go to the end. We'll figure that out here in just a moment. So I'm just going to watch through. This is a little pre-made video that just says, you know, thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to see something, blah, 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 blah. So let's just watch through until that part to make sure all this looks okay-ish. Yeah, a few seconds of that. Thank you for watching. I don't love where that's placed. How about there? Better. Okay. Yep, and then that video starts. Perfect. So then I like to do a blur in and out there, and let's watch these bloopers and see what's going on.
Just a test, so that I don't mess it up. If I can shoot you straight, I think I'm becoming a pro. I recorded these intros. I rarely mess up nowadays, if you know what I mean. I'm so weird as shit. Huh?
All right. Yeah, so those work. I noticed the volume needs to come way up. There. Let's turn it all the way up. Crank it to 11, right? Or 300 in this case. Let's put a little blur in and out. Yep, okay, now let's listen.
Screwing things up. This is just a test, so that I don't mess it up. If I can shoot you straight, I think.
Okay, perfect. So I think we're going to try to place the music here. So music-wise, if there's like a cue, like in this one I think I went, Reh? So I try to match up, you see that little final bump in the sound that happens right there? I try to kind of match that up with the video. Or I match that bump with the screen going black. It just kind of depends. So let's take a look.
I'm still weird as shit. Huh?
Mer? So let's imagine that mer is right when I open my mouth. So let's try to match that up. Let's zoom in a little bit more here. Mer?
Huh?
Yep. Right when I open my mouth. So let's see. Let's experiment. Let's see how this one goes.
But I'm still weird as shit. Huh?
It's okay. But let's put it at the end and see how that looks. See which one we
Weird as
like
shit.
better.
Huh?
I think I liked this one better.
Weird as shit. Huh?
Maybe if we turn the volume down a little bit. Let's see.
But I'm still weird as shit. Huh?
Yeah, I like that one. Okay. And then what we'll do, yeah. Okay. So then, since we moved that, we got to move all the other clips, just so that there isn't a little, oh no, so that there isn't a gap in the sound, which all that time that we spent at the beginning of putting the theme song to start right after the other song ended was a waste, but that's all right. That happens a lot. You adjust one thing and then have to adjust it away the other way. So yeah, let's stay watch. Yeah, that's fine. It's just like a split-second difference. All right, and then let's watch out.
Now, on to me screwing things up.
This is just a test, so that I don't mess it up.
If I can shoot you straight, I think I'm becoming a
What is
pro
that
at recording
accent?
these intros. I rarely mess up nowadays, if you know what I mean.
What a dork.
But I'm still weird as shit.
All right, guys. Well, that's what goes into recording these things. So if you want to see and fast forward kind of what we did, there it is. So please do check out the final product if you want to, and check out all the other videos here on my YouTube channel, right? As all this says, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Appreciate you. And yeah, shoot me some comments. Let me know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, so if you've got any suggestions or thoughts on my process, I'd be happy to hear them. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later.